Dakota. I'm with the Weirdly Amused, and today we've got an interesting channel going on for you. You watch a lot of channels, and you notice that there's a lot of content in these channels that you want to see more of. Like, might be watching something about board games or about video games, and those content providers may let it leak that they enjoy other games that you play in the background, and you're like, oh man, it'd be really cool to see what they do as well. Well, we've decided we're doing everything, and it's going to be a lot. Today with me, I've actually got a couple of my really close friends. Got my best friend Jeremy, got Ben and Noah, and we plan to go over a lot of content with you today. Matter of fact, I'm going to kick this off over with my buddy Ben.
Yeah, so content that you can expect from me is going to be mostly horror related for video games such as Resident Evil. We'll also be doing a lot of content. Movies are going to be releasing, including the new Halloween movie that'll be coming out in October. For comics and other venues, stay tuned for that. And we'll go and pass it off to our friend Jeremy.
All right, kind of content you can expect from me. I'm a big player in D&D. I'm also running 2 independent sessions, hoping to have a third soon. I will be doing 4X and mind and strategy games, to be laying out how I, as a DM, have gone through creating like homebrew creatures and my thought process behind it, and how you can make like epic fights, but also epic conversations. I'll be the editor, so you'll see me pop my face out throughout the channels. But I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to my friend, Noah.
What's up, guys? I'm Noah. I'll be taking over for most of the Warhammer 40k, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon video games, things like that. So you can expect to see deck techs, codex reviews, units for Warhammer, Pokemon gameplay, reviews, things like that. Now, Ben and I are actually looking forward to doing some Pokemon Unite stuff, so keep an eye out for that. Let us know what Pokemon you're planning on playing. But after that, that's all I got. Let me go ahead and swing this back over to the main man himself, Dakota.
And as you've gathered, we're going to be doing a lot of content. I plan to be involved in all of it. Just like you, I have a wide interest in everything. I'm going to be playing D&D with Jeremy. I'm going to be doing horror and video games with Noah, and going to be doing Warhammer and Magic the Gathering with Noah. All of us are going to be getting into new content. And not only that, we really want to take an interest in more. Like there's more things out there that people haven't seen. There's more things that people don't know about, and they deserve to be seen. So we're going to be on the lookout for new things as well. We're going to try and do everything we possibly can. For instance, like got board games going on here, and just some other content like that. We want to go into everything. We want to learn more board games. We want to see more video games. We want to, go over all of this content together. And it's actually really cool. We've got a lot of interesting projects coming up. And actually, we'll open this back up to the full team, show you some of the really cool content you can expect to see. Matter of fact, I know our friend Ben has some really cool content coming up soon that he and I are working on together. Ben, tell us a little bit about that.
So, first thing that you can expect from us is that we're going to be doing an in-depth spoiler review of Resident Evil 8, review of the full Resident Evil storyline.
And that in-depth storyline is actually really interesting because Ben and I had been talking about this recently, and I don't know what I'm talking about. As we have come to terms with, Ben knows what he's talking about. Hash that back out. We want to go back into it again and play through it as it's presented to you, and then go through it with you guys. Let you relive the story of Resident Evil, see what it's all about, have it broken down in some great detail. It's been an interesting ride. I definitely really enjoyed Resident Evil 8. I've enjoyed Resident Evil Saga up to this point. Ben has enjoyed it more so.
Yeah, no, definitely go through and play the Resident Evil games at least once a week.
I've seen him play Resident Evil more than I've actually seen him, and I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah, you'll also see me doing quite a bit of other content, Magic the Gathering, and other things with the other creators as well. So you'll see me doing more than just Resident Evil, I promise you. But that will be the primary content that I'll be creating.
Exactly, yeah. That's kind of what you can expect from everybody too. I mean, they have things that they're proficient in. We all have things we're proficient in, but the whole purpose of this content is to show the enjoyment in far more than just one thing. And leading into a little bit more of that content with D&D as well. I'm actually almost all of us are in this game now. Noah is actually just being introduced here soon, but we are playing a complete, absolutely terrifying homebrew right now because it's a lot of new stuff that shouldn't be in D&D, but it's super fun that Jeremy is able to make it work. And Jeremy, tell us tell us about what we can expect from your homebrew. Some maybe give us a sneak peek into the how I do's.
If we want to really get into it, for me, there's always this like limit whenever you go to another D&D session when you sit with people on what's called the rule of cool, which essentially is a super suspension of belief for a cool moment. I'm kind of like the dude from How I Met Your Mother. There's no need to have a limit to how cool something can be, so I allow my players to boost themselves as long as they can explain it to me well, as far as they want to go, with the understanding that I'm going to them with something that I've also created in the background. This is my homebrew, I would call it. In reality, a lot of these creatures and machinations are something I test with other people behind the scenes to make it a fair and challenging game, although my players always ruin it. But hey, welcome to D&D.
More specifically, why don't you spoil one of the characters and like what they got to do to be broken and what is against them? Like I don't know if you want to spoil. You can spoil mine. I don't care if you want to spoil Ben's. Ben's is currently us the most.
No, you can even spoil mine and just blow everybody away and say, "Oh, got this problem too."
Oh yeah, no, that's no, I can't do that. I want to make sure that they experience. Huh?
He's not even in the game yet. Let's.
Don't spoil too much because the fuck about to be had.
Yeah,
Let me tell you.
If I was to give away with someone who actually doesn't mind having the homebrew-esque, because every character in my game, excluding Noah, has a independent storyline that has driven them in this world to running away or even just trying to survive a certain circumstance. One of them being an ice prince from a faraway land. He is able to through his druidic powers, transform into incredibly powerful beasts for his level. However, they must be of the ice or water element, which means I can lightning and fire, and it's great. But that's one of the like homebrew things. He didn't want to stay weak and stay like, oh, I thwapped something with my stick. So we worked on that, and we came up with that. I also, with my Minotaur character, he didn't want to be a brash, over-the-top, hateful Minotaur, so he's actually a slouched, relaxed Minotaur, but the caustic gain to that was when he does go into his rage, he kind of loses his mind, and if his buddies get too close to him, he will lash out and attack. Things like that change the mechanics of the game to make it more strategic while still having to play to your character. So you might get thwapped by a big fuck-off Minotaur just because it fits the story.
And it's been very interesting so far. I know there's a lot of things to expect from my character, which he didn't go into at all, which I enjoy. Ben's character has been really fun, but Ben's character is inadvertently the majority of the problems we've had so far.
So far, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's been very interesting. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully we enjoy it.
Well, that's the hope.
As long as we're enjoying it and we're showing that, they should be able to enjoy it.
Now, I may have been primarily the problem, but I've also been the solution to those problems as well.
Run
So.
away!
Yeah,
Straight out of
I
my
mean that's.
Yeah, well, I'm
It's
hoping my new character comes in and alleviates some of that problem or causes more.
I make no promises either way.
That's a lot of fun we can expect with D&D, and then we've got some great lore Warhammer content coming as well, which Noah is leading up a lot of that. And so, Noah, what do you got in the works?
Yeah, so we have our first game of Magic coming up here. It'll be myself, Dakota, two of our friends, Steven and Patrick. And so we'll be playing some Commander because it's the easiest to get people to play. We'll eventually branch out into other formats like Modern and whatnot, but for now, Commander is going to be the bread and butter. And then onto the Warhammer front, we'll be doing a Warhammer history lesson, where I'll be teaching the history behind Warhammer lore. So if you ever had seen a cool Warhammer models like this and wondered what this is, well, tune in because we'll be reviewing all that stuff, tell you the lore behind it, what the big bug is, all that fun stuff. Same thing when new codexes drop, we'll do a review of that. When new Magic set comes out, we'll do a set review of that. So look forward to all that stuff. Other than that, that's pretty much all I got on my side.
Total War Warhammer 3, some other 4X games, some other, really good games coming out, and even bad games. Gotta know when they're bad. And so we've got a couple different ideas set up for that. We all plan on a lot of different content. We have a lot of things we're excited about, and we want to be excited about them with you. And that's basically what you can expect from us. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and and I'd like to say, before we go, if you didn't like the video, definitely go ahead, hit that dislike video. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe. And thank you again so much for watching Into the Weirdly Amused. And we look forward to hanging out with you guys next time.